if I curse, it's not a big deal, is it?
No, bro.
I'm gonna try.
If you curse, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
We're doing the goddamn thing.
Hey, man.
All right.
Like,
Yeah, bro. So let me fix that. All right. What's up, dude?
nothing much.
Right on. So let's just start. I want to start with your last fight, dude, because you finished with that buggy choke.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Well, let's just talk me through it, man. Talk me like what was going on in the fight, man. Because I didn't watch the fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't watch the fight.
Yeah.
You were third round, right?
Yep.
Were you winning the fight? Or
No.
exactly. So if I'm guessing, it looked like the third round that guy had probably been taking you down and like out wrestling you most of the fight.
Yep.
If I'm guessing, is
Yeah.
that what happened?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll just go ahead and tell you as much as I remember, but the game plan was to go in there and strike with him. We had watched some of his fights, and he had a glass jaw, no doubt about it. And I hit hard, so we were like, we just need to touch him.
Yeah.
And like he wanted no part of it. He kept backing up, and I'm trying to stalk him a little bit. Then all of a sudden, he just runs in with his head down.
Yeah, just charges you.
Yeah, and we kind of planned for it, but we planned for him to do it differently. We had a flying knee waiting from him from both stances. That's what Jeff and I were working on, but it just didn't work the way that his head was like pressing towards me. If I would have jumped up, I would have gave him a double. He just would have caught me midair. He was like charging at me like a rhino, and he was like Carlito Strong, man. When he got
really?
yes, and he was
Damn.
like, once he got his palms clasped, it was like, okay, just don't let him get my neck.
What weight class?
170.
This is 170. He was that strong.
Yep.
Whoa.
But he was like,
Thinking on some shit.
yeah.
You
I
said
felt
it. You Freudian slip. You said yeah.
I felt his back, and it was like acne on his back, and I hear that that's like a tail. And I don't
Yeah,
know.
oftentimes people break out, or they get real fat faces and
Yeah.
different things.
His back felt like sandpaper, so I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe he just has shitty diet.
That's why I was also think he didn't use lotion, but yeah, but
at the end of the day, you guys weren't getting drug tested. Let's just be real.
yeah, we weren't. And I don't care if he uses or not, but that's his business. But he just the takedowns, I was like giving it to him. It was like it was something there blocking me mentally from I was super comfortable and relaxed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when I hit the ground, I'm at home. It's just like
Right.
I'm so
Even if you're on
comfortable.
your back.
Yeah, and I'm definitely losing on the scorecards because judges see him on top. But I was getting most of the strikes in. I was slapping him, trying to bust his eardrums. I was doing the claps and trying to break his equilibrium.
Yeah.
And
doesn't seem to be working.
yeah, it works all the time. I see the look in their eyes. Like, have you ever had someone do that to you?
Yeah, bro. It's very like discombobulated.
Yeah, I just disorient them really quick, and all I need is a split second, and I either shoot for a submission when I get that confused look from them, or I use it to get a stand up. I'm just trying to create a moment of like I break his rhythm.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get that split second, I can be explosive and it's safer.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for him to think about his next move.
Yeah. So were you able to make that moment happen with him?
Twice.
Okay.
I did the ear clap, and then I used the wizard to stand up.
Okay.
And that was the only way I can get him. I had to overcome his strength because he was a stronger fighter. I was only 175 on fight night. He felt at least a solid 187.
Yeah, he's big as fuck.
Yeah.
Ah, dude.
And it matters.
It really does. I mean, that's a lot of weight. But on the same note, it probably slows him down a little bit.
Yeah.
Having to really suck yourself, down with you're losing a lot of water weight. Who knows how much he had to cut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I mean, he came in 169, and I came in 169, so we were both a pound under.
Oh,
so,
okay. You're a true 65er.
Yeah, true 65. Like, I can't make 155 unless I'm really strict.
Yeah.
Like, my diet is so boring. The food is tasteless, and I'm just having to drink a lot of water. The week before I make 155 is miserable for me.
Is it?
Yeah, but I fought at 165 that last fight in October.
Yeah.
I felt amazing. I felt strong, fast, and, it's something about cutting weight. It forces you to do a lot of cardio,
Yeah, that's usually like the easiest way to, keep the weight down.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I've realized though is that the best way to lose a lot of fat and keep that weight down is it's really not even necessarily the running in the morning. Like just go for a morning fasted walk. So you haven't eaten anything, drink some water before you go, but go walk for like an hour and get 2-3 miles in walking at a
Hmm.
good pace. That will help you lose and maintain so much fat loss. And it's really great. I mean, because it's low intensity and you're doing it fasted, so I mean, you're just in a steady state of fat burn when you're doing that.
Yeah. When I get running though, it kind of like hypnotizes me because I
Yeah,
check out mentally, and next thing I know, 15 minutes has passed.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. You just kind of find that flow state there.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like a slow jog. I mean, especially whenever you have like really good cardio, right? I
Hmm.
mean, it's just kind of like that slow pace. How fast do you run?
Uh, I get a mile done in 7 minutes.
Okay,
So
so you're keeping a good pace.
I have no idea. I just know that I started keeping time and counting my laps, and that's pretty much the average, about 7 minutes or 7 minutes 10 seconds.
Oh, that's legit, bro. You're putting in work.
Yeah,
7 minute mile. Just how
but
many miles do you like to run?
I try to get at least four,
Yeah, usually four is like my kind of 4 to 5 is kind of like my minimum.
because three doesn't feel like I've done enough, but five feels like I've done too much. So I kind of settled at four.
Yeah, feels
Yeah,
good for you.
yeah.
Huh. So you're in the fight, and the guy's taking you down. So he didn't. So I assume there's no real stand up established for
Nah.
it all. Just kind
Third
of.
round was about the most, and I landed a clean straight left. He backed up, and like I said, I pay attention to the eyes,
Yeah.
and he kind of looked dazed. And then we got into like a little, I don't even know what to call it because I only two punches were landed. They were both for me, and then I dipped and hit him with a spinning back fist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and like it echoed in my ear. That's how loud it hit him. And then like I saw him stumble and everything. His eyes got so big, and I'm like, it's time. And then like he went straight into grappling, and that's when I went through a sequence. I dropped down for a Darce or Anaconda. I don't remember Anaconda because I got to roll with it. And
Okay.
when I rolled him, I started slipping off. His head and shoulders were so greasy. I felt it slipping away, and he
Yeah.
was like gurgling. It was choking him, but he
Mm.
was kind of like pushing me off, and he was slippery.
Yeah.
So as soon as I popped off, I just tried to make sure I was like in a sprawl position,
Yeah.
and I tried to hop for a Peruvian, but again he was greasy, and I slipped right off. And then I just was like, I'm gonna play the fish game for a minute. I just lay flat and let him pass my guard. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shoot for the buggy choke, and it was like that's where I was comfortable with because I know once I get my arm and my leg, like yeah, it's hard to explain, but Joaquin Buckley, right?
Yeah.
So one day he picked me up while I had him in the buggy choke. It was the first time I'd ever rolled with him, and I hit it on him, but his shoulders and head, like they were too far apart. And so I couldn't get the figure four thing, but I can get my foot. So it looks something like that. And I grabbed the leg kind of like with the triangle. And that's what, like, I know for a fact that once I get this hand in this, under this leg, like this is just such a tight squeeze.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain how it's, I don't know. It's not like a strength thing. It's like,
It's
this,
like positioning and leverage.
yeah, leverage. That's the word.
Where did you learn that choke?
So when I was a white belt, I would always use it as a sweep. I would just kind of get it here and then just kind of roll through and kind of hip over the way like you would do head and arm. So I did a head and arm with my arm and my leg.
Oh.
And I don't know why I was doing it. I think I started doing it simply because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah,
I
it
was
just
just,
worked.
yeah, I was just trying to do what I saw in the video and butchered it,
Yeah,
you
well, that's
know.
good though, right? Because you weren't hindered by, like this rigid thought process. You're just trying shit out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's why I
Yeah,
was like,
that's the beauty of you, like just exploring.
the thought was, I just gotta try something. I'm just laying on my back. This guy has me in side control, and it always will happen against somebody I couldn't get off of me. And I'm like, I'm just gonna do something.
Yeah.
I had nothing to lose at that point. And one day, I locked my legs in a triangle, and I couldn't get my own arm back. And I didn't mean to choke him, but then he tapped. I was like, shit, was that choking or was that a neck crank? He was like, it's a choke. And then I tried forever to like duplicate that. And then one day I did, and I started building on it, and now I actually made it a move. But then here's how the world works. As soon as I perfected it and I'm getting it in practice, I see a video of another guy doing it, and he called it the buggy choke.
Yeah.
Because before that, I was calling it the Claymore choke.
Oh, the Claymore.
Yeah, but he gets the name because
Because he came out first.
yep. But mine is a little bit different than his. He didn't he does it the way that I did it at first and just grabbed the foot. But that triangle in the legs, that really does it because my hands are clasped and then I'm figure four on my legs.
Yeah, you got to figure four with your leg.
Yeah. So
So he
like that
doesn't do the figure four?
I don't think so. I don't think the video I saw would.
That's a different choke then, man.
Yeah.
It's Claymore.
Yeah, I like it.
It's official.
I made up a new one today too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, well, it's kind of CJ Hunter showed me this like backwards buggy choke when a guy's trying to double leg you on the wall.
Hmm.
Like, you know how guys really try to put that pressure in, they tuck their head to your side.
Yeah.
Their head and the arm are on the same side. So he showed me a way to bend down and make a triangle choke while the guy has me in a double.
Huh.
And it's like it looks something like that. And his head and arm have to fit in this space. But today I found a way to do it from half guard.
Ooh, nice.
You
Who'd you
know,
do it to?
a white belt. It doesn't Those are
That's
my
the,
little
I mean, yeah, you just try to practice.
white belts or white canvases, just waiting to be painted. I just use them for an exploring,
Yeah, for real, dude. But they're dangerous, dude. You gotta be careful with white belts.
especially a strong white belt, especially a white belt who's wrestled.
Yeah, they're just such spazzes, dude. They just, bless their little hearts.
Yeah, yeah.
They
After
just
like,
don't know.
there's just a lot of cartwheels and nonsense going on. But going with a white belt really helps me with scrambles because the same way I did the buggy choke, I was just a white belt not knowing what to do. So I had no idea of what was wrong.
Right.
And
That's a part of the issue rolling with them. Like they don't know what they're doing. They just do some of the most unpredictable things.
exactly. And that
Yeah.
works sometimes.
Well, I can definitely see the benefit with MMA, right?
Hmm.
Because every fight is so unpredictable.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a great mindset to walk to any sort of like unarmed combat. Like there's no wrong answer. That's a
Yeah,
great mindset
that's
because
true.
a fight can go any direction. Yeah.
That is true. There is no wrong answer. Like sometimes whenever you're hitting mitts or you're drilling something, you can kind of fuck up and you do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been times where I was working with somebody and they're like, "No, man, just it doesn't matter. Like just throw something.
Yeah.
Even if you got it wrong, you at least do something."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I teach that little class on Saturday mornings, and that's when I learn so much. When someone does a move that I just showed wrong, but it
Yeah.
kind of looks better, and I'm like, wait a second. That's not what I showed, but your version actually looks better. I try to walk in there with an open mind, and
Yeah.
then now I'm building off of that. So I just evolve my own move based on the way someone else did it.
Yeah.
I'm constantly trying to progress.
It's good to have that perspective, dude. I mean, you're definitely not leading with ego, which is good.
Yeah. I just want to perfect fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing about that buggy choke, it the top guy, you feel like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's not typically anything wrong with kind of, driving that head to the far side underneath that arm like that.
Yeah.
But that's what you need, right? Because
Right.
you need to trap that head there
The
to get the
the
choke.
the more you do what you're supposed to, the better the circumstances are for my buggy choke.
Right? Like you need the person to actually to drive their head. Like if they're in side control, you need them to drive their head under your into your armpit, right?
Yeah, and a big part is that that cross face, where you had the bicep across the face and the head scooped.
Yeah.
That's the way. So that makes it hard for the guy to shrimp away on bottom. So that's exactly what you're supposed to do. But I need that in order to get your head and arm on the same side,
Yeah.
like a triangle.
Right.
So like if you weren't doing it the right way, it ironically that's the answer to staying away from that buggy choke.
Just don't do it the right way.
Yeah, do it the wrong way.
Or just a different right way.
Yeah,
There's a lot of right ways.
yeah. I guess but I'm just I've mastered that position. Like
Yeah, no, you got me in that a few different times.
I want to be dangerous from bad positions. Like I
It's
can
good
even
skill.
I can even submit people when they have me mounted.
Yeah,
It depends on who the people is, but I can submit somebody if they have me mounted.
yeah. How short of notice was that fight?
Not that short. I
Oh, so you
think
knew for a little bit.
about a month. I think I
Oh,
took it a month out.
4 weeks out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3.5, 4, something like that.
Okay, that's legit. So you had a
Yeah,
little bit of time, not too much time. I think like 4, 6 weeks tops is usually pretty good for a
yeah.
fight. I don't want to wait a long ass time for a fight.
And I wouldn't. There was a few reasons why I took it. One, it was perfectly placed between the holidays where I can enjoy Thanksgiving and not
Hmm.
have to worry about my weight because I'm not fighting anywhere around Thanksgiving. I just I'm
Yeah,
not.
you
I
just not
can't do that. I
just
tried. The discipline is like it's torturous, but that and it was at 170.
yeah,
And I saw my opponent. I'm like, okay, he looks big, he looks strong, but I think I have an answer for him.
yeah.
And I found out the answer that I had was not the answer. Like,
So you had to find a new one,
yep, exactly. And I
dude.
had to
That's important.
adapt immediately. I didn't have time to think about it, but it was like I knew exactly what to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just the key in anything, right? Like you just have to fucking overcome and adapt, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
man.
relaxation is a big part of
Dude,
that.
staying relaxed and just working through the situation. Because if you start panicking, like your mind will make you like physically exhausted. If your mind starts freaking out, then you'll physically be so tired.
I get a lot of praise for how relaxed I can be in a fight, but I have a story. Can I tell it really quick?
Tell me.
So my dad told me this when I was a kid. My dad cooks breakfast every morning since I can remember, and as unhealthy as it is, he fries his eggs. He only fries his eggs,
What kind
like
of oil?
think canola, and now
Uh,
he thinks extra virgin olive oil makes it healthy.
it does.
Really?
Absolutely.
I didn't
It's
know
not.
that.
Yeah, cooking them in extra virgin olive oil with as long as it's not like too hot. Yeah, right on.
It's like he's deep frying the egg though.
I mean, he's just cooking it in oil, right?
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
yeah, but they are delicious, man. But he's done that like as far as I can remember, and one one of my worst fears was getting popped in the eye with hot grease.
Yeah.
That's a legit fear of mine even to this day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you got to get a new eye, and I don't know what about eyes. It's like, but when I saw him get popped an eye one day because he wears glasses. And I was on the side of him. I guess I was asking, or I was bugging him somehow, just being a kid. And I watched in like slow motion, a drop of grease pop up, clear the lens of his glasses, and drop right in his eye.
Ooh, damn.
So I literally witnessed my worst fear.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just like, oh my God, the world's about to explode. I don't have a dad anymore. I have a blind dad, you know. And he didn't panic at all. He just took his glasses off, closed his eyes, took a few steps towards the sink, splashed some water in his face, grabbed a paper towel, patted his face down, put his glasses back on, went and flipped the egg in perfect time. The egg didn't burn. But I'm like, man, I stared at him in awe for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, Dad, how'd you do it? He was like, one, you don't panic. Because when you panic, you can't think. If I was panicking, I wouldn't have knew to splash some cold water in my eye. He just broke down how he did it. And I'm like, okay, I'm a believer. I just seen it work. And I just try to stay calm in stressful situations, take a few breaths, and then just try to move past it.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be the hero. You got to be your own hero sometimes. You got to think of a way to overcome that adversity. And that one day, it changed my life forever.
Oh shit. How old were you then?
I was like 8 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, we all have those moments, right, where something happens and it will forever like just set the course of how you look at the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My whole life just seems like I have a scene that I scan my brain for, and I'm like, okay, I found an applicable one. Now, how did I overcome that situation? This situation is similar, blah, 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 and I overcome it like
Yeah.
that. And most of it's from fighting. Fighting gives me, like, some sort of uh, mental advantage, and that's how I feel, at least, because everything in life is a fight. You know, you find a problem and then you overcome it, and the way we do it, it just cuts out the bullshit. You know, it's just, you only think about not getting hit or not getting choked, not getting passed, but everything is like that, and fighting has made me think.
Yeah, it really does. Well, especially jujitsu. It's just in fighting in general. There's just so many variables to solve for,
Hmm.
and it's so physically fucking demanding, and it just sharpens the mind and it makes you mentally stronger.
Yeah.
Anything challenging and difficult will make you mentally stronger.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And then
Hmm.
that's easy to apply to just average life whenever somebody's not trying to like punch you in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. not not having someone try to break your face definitely makes things easier.
Yeah, you've been fighting for a long time though, right?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I guess I've been training like a pro for almost 10 years. And I've been fighting in MMA since I was 18. And I'm 24 now. I just turned 24.
So you started training when you were 14.
Yep.
Shit, dude.
Yeah. I saw Never Back Down. And I'm like, the scene where he fought those guys by the Hummer, that, like, that was the moment I decided to be mixed martial artist. I start Googling it, and I'm like, they actually can make a little money. I didn't think that I can get rich off of it. I
Yeah.
just want to fight that make enough to say, hey, I was a pro fighter.
Yeah,
You
made
know,
some money doing it.
yeah, something to show for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, so would you classify yourself as a fighter? You know, like some people would. Like me, I wouldn't necessarily call myself like a fighter. Like I didn't really like to fight. Like
Yeah,
I like to win, and I'm definitely more like an athlete or like a kind of a. There's just something very pure about the sport. I just loved the idea, just maybe just like flexing your ego, right? Like just fucking showing pure dominance, like
amen.
being an
Yeah,
alpha. Like I still, there's that aspect that I like, but like Anthony Johnson said, like I'm not a fighter. I'm just really good at it. Like I don't really see myself as like a fighter.
yeah.
Would you you
I
think
think
you?
I'm a fighter
Yeah,
because
I think you are too.
it's like, yeah, it's like, uh, I love to fight. You know, some
Right.
people don't. Some people show up and on. There's nothing wrong with it because I can relate to them too. But when they show up on fight day and they wish they were anywhere else,
Yeah.
they're like, "Why do I do this?" And
I've asked
everything.
myself that before. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck am I doing right now? I'm
yeah.
about
You're
to
just
go in
like
here and
you.
fight.
You hope a tornado comes by, rips the roof off this place, so we can say, "Hey, maybe another day." You know?
I usually just hope it ends quick.
Yeah.
I'm just like, let me go in here and just fucking end this real quick, not get hurt. I have a tendency to get cut,
Yeah.
and dude,
Preach to the choir.
yeah, man, I've been cut probably 3 or 4 times. One time I got hit with a short shot, and my eyes like fucking swelled shut, and it was just like the smallest little like a knuckle went in my eye, and then my whole fucking eye swelled shut. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, I hate those. But this cut I did myself. I punched myself.
You punched yourself?
Yeah.
You did that in the
So
fight?
yeah, I went for like an uppercut and slipped off of his glove and hit myself in the eye.
That's funny.
And at the time, I didn't think it was a big deal. But then I was like, "Oh shit!" They actually cut me because I didn't get hit at all. And
Except for yourself.
yeah, like, I saw something on Facebook where this boxer was uppercutting himself.
I saw that too.
Dude, that's exactly what I did.
You did that uppercut himself in the forehead.
Yeah,
I think I've done that before. Like maybe like hitting a heavy bag or something. You just
yeah,
like throw an uppercut and
yeah.
there's nothing to hit. You end up hitting your fucking self in the face.
Then you try to bring your hand back to your face immediately. Then you bring it to your face, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. Yeah, you're definitely just a grimy ass. So you started training when you're 14 years old. How old were you when you came to St. Charles MMA? 16?
Cause I was with Rodrigo at first, and
So you started with Rodrigo?
I actually started at Finney's, and I did like a month there, a
Okay.
month and a half, and other than the fact that it was super expensive, I didn't think that I was learning much. That's the best way I could put it, and
Yeah.
I just decided Rodrigo's, which was in Fenton at the time, and Finney's was in Crestwood. So
Where are
from
you living?
I was living in Hanley Hills, like off of Page and Hanley. So
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was a far drive.
Yeah, that's super far. I'm
But
surprised you didn't find Mike first.
yeah, me too. But I don't. Phineas was the first thing to pop up when I googled mixed
Oh,
martial
for
arts.
sure.
It was
For
it was the most popular school.
yeah, he's on his business shit for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
And one of my classmates told me that he did kickboxing there, and
Yeah.
I'm like, that was kind of what I wanted to learn right then. So I went there for a while, like a month and a half, and well, it may have been 2 months. I might have finished out that second month just because it was so expensive.
You
I
already
didn't want to
paid
waste the
for it.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I was looking in a phone book with my dad one day,
Uh-huh.
and we were looking for martial arts schools around just to go check out because I was looking for a new school, and he saw something about Gracie Jiu Jitsu, and then he was like, "Oh, the Gracies." And, he told me the whole story because up until then I had never watched the early UFCs, and when all I was looking at was Kimbo Slice backyard fights.
Dude, those were amazing.
Yeah,
I used to love watching
me
those.
too. I was like,
I thought
this. I would rather do this than getting in the UFC. But I even started a fight club that had like,
did you really?
yeah,
Oh shit,
in
you're
school.
fucking savage,
Yeah,
bro.
we had it in the bathroom doing lunch at I was at Normandy at the time, and we it was this bathroom right above the cafeteria that nobody ever used. The whole building was basically vacant.
Hmm.
So like we would have two guys watch the door, and then we would videotape each other fighting. And
Bare knuckle?
yeah, bare knuckle for sure. Chest down. We didn't want to walk around with black eyes and shit.
Oh,
So
chest down.
yeah,
Okay.
we were chest down with submissions and everything, and I would sub everybody easily. And
Shit, bro.
they would get tired of getting sub by me and say new rules, all stand up, and then I would just get them with a liver shot because I've always studied the body. I knew where the liver was, I knew where the kidneys were, and I'm like, if I pop them in the solar plexus, maybe I can get them to drop, but a few inches over, I know I'm going to fold them in a liver shot. I
Yeah.
would have guys limping all day from my liver
Dude,
shots.
liver shots hurt terribly bad.
Yeah,
And it's like a delayed onset too.
yeah,
That's the thing. Like you'll get hit in the liver and like you'll take a step back and you'll be like, "Oh, I'm good." Wait. "Oh, no, I'm
yeah,
not. No, I'm
yeah.
not." You just been dude, it's excruciating.
It feels like you're getting stabbed, like you got stabbed in the
Dude,
side.
dude, so I've been training Jackson Henson, right?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I hit him. I ripped his liver one day, and he did not go down. I could not believe it. So either I suck at liver shots, or he's just one tough motherfucker.
He's definitely one tough
Dude, because
motherfucker.
I'm like, all right, dude, be ready. And
Yeah,
then I just ate his body up, just whoa, whack, just. And I'm just like, I'm not like laying into him like super, but like I'm hitting him like hard enough that I know he's gonna feel it. Cause I mean, I'm probably 30, 40 pounds bigger than him,
yeah,
so I don't want to hurt him, right? But at the end of the day, I'm trying to like put like the pressure on him
yeah,
because I
yeah.
don't feel like any of these amateur fights he's going to be having right now, I don't feel like any of those people are going to be able to put the same. Well, I know they're not going to put the same pressure on him that I ever will,
Right.
right?
Yeah, not at all.
So I'm just trying to get him used to that shit to make him better. But dude, I ripped his ass with a hard ass liver shot. Didn't go down. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, have you ever heard the way Sammy coaches though? Like you ever hear how vocal he is?
Dude, he just intensity, man.
Yeah.
Intensity.
And you're like you expect nothing other than hell when you listen to him coach. It's like you just expect for the worst. You just anticipate the worst case scenario
Yeah.
by the way he's yelling. And I'm like, shit, what's about to happen in here? Because it's always from the next room. I hear him coaching. I'm like,
Dude, go go go. Yeah.
yeah. And I think that may be the way, one of the reasons why Jackson and all of the other people that Sammy's coached think the way they do because they're all tough. Like, and Jackson is super tough and it's
Dude.
go go go.
Yeah, he's so mentally tough. That kid, it's like it's like a matter of when, not if. He'll definitely make it to like a big show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Just tough ass son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was going crazy when I watched his fights at Shamrock.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I root for people like him because he's super nice too.
Yeah, he works hard. I've been working with him since January. We were worried. I was worried that he was going to get heel hooked in that last fight.
Yeah.
That fucking dude had him almost in a, like a kind of like a 50-50. He could have heel hooked him if he knew what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he probably would have tore every ligament in Jackson's knee before he tapped though.
Probably. Jackson's tough as hell, dude.
You'd have to throw a towel in.
Yeah. So you're starting fight clubs at how old?
Shit, I was a freshman at the time.
Freshman at the time. Now
Yeah.
we were talking one time. Now you've been fighting for a minute though, right? Like you
Yeah.
used to fight when you were young.
Yeah.
How old were you when you had your very first street fight?
My very first street fight, I'd say 5.
5 years old.
Yeah, this fucker was talking shit. I had to show him what was up. I had this Tonka truck, and he was playing with it, and I didn't care about that truck. But I told him, hey, you can't play with that. This ain't for you. And he shoved me, and it was the first punch I ever threw. I'll never forget it because I hit him, and my brother was in the background. He saw it, and he was just like nodding. He was so satisfied. And
How's your brother?
10 years older than me. He was born in September. I was born in November.
So he was like 15 at that
yeah,
time.
yeah. And he, I forgot what he gave me. No. I remember what he gave me. There was this, my mom worked at Big Lots at the time, and she would bring us home toys. And they had these Mortal Kombat action figures that were huge.
Yeah.
And I had Liu Kang, or I think my brother had Liu Kang, and I had Sub-Zero. But I wanted Liu Kang because that was my favorite.
That was your jam, huh?
Yeah, and he gave it to me after that, and I've been begging him for it for a long time. And yeah, he just said, "Here, it's yours now." And that was the day I related kicking ass to reward. You know,
Yeah, there's positive reinforcement right there. You just
yeah,
got a reward for
yeah.
hitting somebody.
And like all the street fights, he would. This probably isn't a good thing, but he would be cheering me on like in the street fights, and you know, if I lost, there was hell to pay. But
Yeah.
if I won, there was always a reward. But
Yeah. Yeah, dude. So you're just like a fighter through and through, bro.
yeah, I know nothing else, and it's like it breaks my heart sometimes because that is who I am. Like nobody's ever taught me how to fight. I've been taught how to do just about everything I know, in strong detail, from walking, talking. My family's big on giving instructions and drilling into you to do certain things certain ways.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I'm so rebellious and I do everything my own way because I'm tired of people telling me how to do stuff. It's like I want to do it Lucas's way. I want to be unique. I want to be an artist. But, fighting is just as instinctive to me as breathing.
Yeah.
If you want to know how to harm someone with no weapon, I'm the guy to talk to. It's like I'm always searching for vulnerabilities in people's bodies and the way people think.
Yeah.
I can look at people's body types and think like, okay, I'm choking him, but he has no neck. But I can attack his legs. He's gonna be
Yeah.
slow. That's how I think.
But what about for like the unforeseen shit? Like if they're trained and you don't know it, you can't tell that necessarily just by looking.
Yeah, I know. Then I'm thinking like he might have it, but I'm gonna have it more because I know that my spirit is different.
Yeah.
It's like I
Yeah.
truly would rather die than give up in a fight.
Yeah.
If
I'd just rather not fucking fight.
yeah, me too. But if I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, some situations are unavoidable, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I hope I don't ever come across one of those where I absolutely cannot avoid the fight, but I'm always ready.
You mean on the street?
Yeah,
I never want to fight anybody on the street because I'm not down to hurt anybody.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it'll weigh on me. I mean, I'll do it, but it'll.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I would hate to kill somebody like in a fight. Like that would. I probably would never throw another punch again because
If
that's
you
been
killed somebody?
Yeah, because it's
I
not.
think
As,
it just depend on the situation. I obviously, I mean, you never know how you're gonna react to something that extreme, right? But I feel like if it were like them or you, those are your options. I don't think I'd lose any sleep over choosing me.
yeah, I probably would because it's like I got too much of a heart, and it's a blessing and a curse. But if I watch someone bleed based on even my opponent, after I buggy choked him,
Yeah.
just watching his demeanor change, it broke my heart that somebody had to lose. But to hell if it was gonna be me.
Somebody's got to feel that shit.
Yeah.
Better them than you.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's one of those things, man. It's just like it's just a part of it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm like, I just hate it. I don't want to be the cause of someone's grief.
Yeah.
But as far as street fights are uh, concern, I've been in one street fight, like actually have to defend myself since I've learned martial arts, and it went bad for him.
Oh
It,
yeah.
them,
Oh yeah. Oh them.
yeah,
It for sure, man. When you're trained, it's just too easy.
yeah, exactly,
It's just too damn easy because you see things differently and you're not worried about things.
yeah,
And you realize how quickly most people you realize quickly that most people just they don't know how to fight if their fucking life depended on it.
yeah.
Like they throw terrible punches. They don't even know how to throw a punch. Get them on the ground, game over.
And they think they're invincible. They're like, I
Ego
got
man,
hands. You about to find out that MMA shit don't work on the street. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this guy saying?
dude.
This is a
Yeah,
scenario that I've rehearsed thousands of times. Like I'm way more prepared than you. That's like, that's like trying to have a rap battle with somebody who does that professional battle rap shit.
it really is, dude. I mean, I was I was thinking about this one time. I don't know if I was hurt or something. I was watching practice, and dude, just on a regular basis, it's just people coming to this place and practicing fighting. All that's what we do. We just practice beating each other up, all, whether it's sparring or it's wrestling or it's doing no gi grappling or gi jiu-jitsu. Like it's just how can we kill each other?
Yeah,
That's all we practice. That's all we practice
yeah. It's sad,
for
but
hours and hours and hours, just over and over and over.
week after week after week.
Yeah, I know, man. It's a very weird skill set to kind of be an expert in, right? I mean, because that's what we are at this stage of the game, right? We've been doing this for so long. You're an expert at hurting people.
Yeah. And it's like it's not valuable anywhere else except for in a martial arts gym, in
Yeah.
like a self defense situation or in competition. It's valuable nowhere else.
Yeah, I mean, it's still good. There's a lot of I think good benefits to it. I mean, just from a selfish standpoint of just you talk about like being calm in a crazy situation, like that's because you put yourself in all that chaos all
Hmm.
the time, right? So that's a huge benefit.
Yeah.
Then there's it's good for your health, but yeah, I don't know. It is an interesting skill to unless you're kind of I mean the only other thing you can do with it outside of kind of protecting yourself or competing would be like I mean you can teach other people how to do it.
Yeah. But other other than the actual skill you get, you know what's extremely valuable? The relationships you build.
Oh, dude, yeah, there's nothing like those.
Cause the job that I have is only because I know this guy from training with him, you know, and not my career outside of being a martial artist is pretty secure now.
Yeah,
I have a trade now that I'm very proud of, and I'm so grateful. But I sat down and thought about it. It's like if it wasn't for jujitsu, I'd be doing something totally different, and I love what I do.
yeah.
But
Jiu-jitsu's that great equalizer, man.
yeah, absolutely.
Everybody puts on a gi, and when you're there at the gym, like nothing else, like we're all just doing the same shit.
Yeah,
And most of the time, I don't know what anybody even does.
yeah, yeah. It's like I don't know, and rolling with somebody, you get to know them a lot more.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know if they have character by the way that they do moves. If you get that guy who digs his elbow into your thigh, like, are you one of those motherfuckers who do anything to win?
yeah,
It's like, and that's their personality. In life,
yeah.
they'll snake you just to succeed. You know.
Maybe, yeah. I usually just kind of look at it where are they at in the journey?
Yeah, true, because they do change. I've
Cause
seen that happen.
yeah, cause white belts are different than blue belts are different than purple belts are different than go up the ladder. But I think that's kind of one of the arguments for like time and belt until you get promoted to certain things because maybe you're a a high level grappler, but absolutely you're an all American wrestler, so for sure you're probably a purple belt like skill wise. But if you don't necessarily have the time and belt, right, then
Right.
you don't really have the same like understanding.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
and like
it
the
can.
color of your belt is to me not related to your skill. You know, it shouldn't be. You shouldn't think that, oh, I should be a purple belt just because you dominating every blue belt in your gym. But like, I competed as a purple belt for like a year and a half before getting my purple belt.
Yeah, see, now I have a difference of opinion on that one for sure.
Okay.
I personally, man, I'm so conflicted about that, right? Because I feel as if it's, I think that if skill has to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's just a piece of that that you just really want. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, you know, to me, it was an attitude adjuster. That for sure, because I was thinking like, you couldn't help but think about going to those promotions. Coach lines us up. You see people getting striped. You see people getting belted. You're like, dude, I beat that guy all the time. Why am I not getting promoted?
Yeah.
That taught me some patience, because when I did get it, it was way more worth it.
Yeah, I feel like there is some merit to that as long as it's like within reason. I'm personally not a fan of allowing people to compete outside their belt that they're not gonna like. I don't think really it's okay for, if it were my gym. I don't think it would be okay for me to tell my student that I think you're good enough to go compete at this level, but you're not good enough to wear that belt
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah,
Because if you're good enough to go compete at that level, then you obviously are good enough to wear that belt. And I think you're kind of shortchanging the student a little bit. That's
yeah,
just my view on it.
yeah,
So if you're gonna allow somebody to compete up, then they need to also be that belt.
yeah,
That's just my because especially, you know. You see people who do that and they'll compete up and they'll win. Like you won, you did well, right?
yeah.
Competing at purple belt as a blue belt.
Mhm.
So I think by everyone's account, that makes you a purple belt.
Oh yeah,
Does it not?
it does.
So I have some different opinions on that because I think eventually you start drifting into this area of sandbagging. Then
Yeah, true. But so by the way, if you were trying to sell something, you would have had it sold. But you just changed the way I thought that quick. But I don't know. Is that like reverse sandbagging? Because when I think of sandbagging, I think of somebody who is higher and he's competing low. I was lower and competing high.
yeah, no, you're competing higher, but it's like why is your belt not your
Okay.
when you go to Worlds? I don't think you could have competed up at Worlds. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not 100% positive on that.
Yeah, I have no
Because
idea.
now you were competing up, but were you competing up at like IBJJFs,
No,
like
just like Fuji's
Fuji's,
and
and exactly. So you know what I'm saying.
yeah.
So I don't think if you were trying to go to Worlds or something, you would have been allowed to have done that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
So
makes
like
sense.
like in the strictest form of like the regulating body of jujitsu, like I don't think they follow that.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just the way I look at it.
Yeah. But, and I had a conversation uh with my coach one day, and I was just like, uh we were talking about something with the belt, and I referred to myself as a blue belt, and he said, "You're not a blue belt." And I'm like, this belt that I'm wearing begs to differ.
Yeah,
He's like, "You know you're not a blue belt. You just haven't got your purple belt yet." I was like, "I don't know what the hell that means."
yeah. It's
But
like it's like everybody knows what you are, but we just haven't given you the cloth yet.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
but like, I never saw myself as any belt, even now, because when I go in nogi, which is my passion, I'm no belt at all.
you're just expert,
Yeah,
just expert
I'm
level.
okay with that
Yeah,
because that,
yeah. What is it? Just beginner, intermediate, and expert, right?
yeah,
Just those three
that
levels.
beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. I think.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Advanced and then expert.
I'm certain there's an advanced in there, but it wouldn't be the first time I was wrong. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do enough nogi to know.
yeah, I just try to go the highest level. I'm hoping to get a brown belt or a black belt. I really
Yeah,
want to show off my stuff because, I know that I'm unique. My fighting style, be it jujitsu, MMA, kickboxing, I know that it's unique because it matches my personality, and I'm very awkward. And it's like my fighting style is awkward. It translates.
yeah, just a little funky.
Yeah, and like no, it you can't prepare for it because
No,
I want to show you something you've never seen before. So how are you going to defend something you've never seen before?
yeah. When
You
are you
know,
gonna try to fight next?
ASAP. I'm trying to get as many as possible because The only way to be good at anything is to keep doing it. Uh, Somebody told me that, and I'm just like, okay, I need to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
But
Do you have a manager?
yeah, I do.
Who?
John Meehan.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
So with
really good guy.
what the fuck is what's their company called?
He's with Paradigm.
Paradigm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's a big company.
yeah, dude. Don't they represent Stylebender?
Yep. And
Yeah,
I think I don't know if they still represent Tony Ferguson,
they
and
might. I think they do.
they represented Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
A lot of big names.
yeah. John's good people. I want to sit down and talk to him.
Yeah, he's really articulate and he knows his stuff. He'd be a great person to talk to.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't be all over the place like talking to me.
Oh shit,
Like,
dude. My mind's all over the place always.
yeah, shit, mine too.
It's okay. Sometimes I'm like, oh fuck, man. Like I'll be right in the middle of a sentence, and then I'll stop, and then I'll go over here, and I'm like, wait, let me come back over here, and it's weird. Or
I'm
like,
so glad you brought that up because I think I've done it 4 times just in this conversation.
oh man, I do it all the time. Or like, all right, let me stop, and then go back for a second, and then I'll come back, and it's just my
Yeah,
mind is weird.
yeah,
Do you ever worry about your brain? I worry
all the
about,
time.
dude. I worry about it all the time. I want to have a guy on here and talk about CTE and TBI. Like, that's some serious shit, man.
Yeah, it's like some days I get headaches out of nowhere, and I'm like, is that due to fighting? Because they're not regular headaches.
Yeah,
They're like those. I've had a concussion, and I know what it feels like, and it's something like if you lay down flat with your head straight up, or at least with me, my head just started spinning. It's like I'm
oh, the
on a
room was spinning.
yeah,
Oh, that's a concussion for sure.
and it's like when I went to the ER that time because it was a bad one. I was puking. The room wouldn't stop spinning, and I couldn't even look. I couldn't open my eyes in a lit room. I
Oh,
was in a
really?
dark room for like a week.
Oh, yeah, you had a terrible concussion.
Yeah. So now when I feel that headache, I'm like, oh damn, do I have another concussion? Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, dude, that's no bueno. It sucks, but yeah, I worry about my brain just far too. That's why I had to stop finally. I just worried about it too much. I'm like, is it
Yeah.
really even worth it?
It's definitely not. But I've tricked myself into believing it is. But
Yeah, well, you're still young, man. Just keep getting sleep.
that,
Sleep's important.
yeah, I've
Plenty of rest.
I've definitely tried to up my sleep because I function really, really highly with little sleep. You know,
Yeah,
but I'm also a caffeine junkie. That might have something to do with
yeah,
it.
that'll
But
affect your sleep as well. I'm just saying, if you're trying to protect your brain the
yeah,
best you can, definitely get some sleep.
and I try to change my diet. I try to do mental exercises as much as I do physical exercises. I try to read. I try to play those like mind games. I try to do crosswords. Anything to keep my brain active. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
because I'm like I don't know how to exercise my brain, but I'm doing my best.
yeah. Well, dude, all you just keep doing challenging shit, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Reading's always a good thing for sure.
yeah.
I try to knock out 10 pages a day.
And I try to talk in the mirror and say a bunch of fast sentences without stuttering.
Oh yeah,
Try to keep my brain working faster than my mouth.
I can dig it.
But
That's what's up.
and this is all stuff I seen off of Google. I spend way too much time on Google.
It's worth a shot, huh?
Yeah,
Dude, so now you've had two buggy chokes
yeah,
in a fight. You're the only person ever done that, right?
yeah.
Right.
I got the second buggy choke in MMA history, and I'm the first person to pull it off more than once.
Damn. Who did it before you?
I have no idea.
Oh.
It was I saw it though. I saw it right when I pulled off my first one. And yeah, that was one of the best nights of my life. Like
What, the
we
first one?
partied hard.
The first
Yeah,
one or the second one?
the first one.
Yeah.
Because like
That was on LFA, right?
no, it was what was it called? I can't remember, but
Oh, we gotta get you doing this on a big show, dude. You do this shit on like Bellator or something.
yeah,
That'd be legit. Do it in UFC. That's a check.
they're going to be training for it now. I know it.
Nah, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, but I hit it at practice when people on a person I've already hit it on 15 times.
Yeah, you've had it on me a few times.
Catch me up. But now, yeah, it's hard to stop
It
because
is.
I found the answer. I'm not gonna give it away here, but
That's okay. Don't do that.
somebody come across this video and hit go. But Um, the defense. It took me a long time to find it, but yeah, it's just like I said, that grip is so tight. It's like a
Yeah.
vice, you know.
Yeah. What show were you on the first time you did it?
I know that it was at Horseshoe Casino, but that's about all I can remember
Was it
right there.
Victory?
No, it wasn't Victory. It was, I think it was on Fight Pass, and
Hmm.
it was in Louisiana. It was in Shreveport,
Oh, it was in Louisiana. I don't know what
Yeah,
promotions are down there.
yeah. I mean,
It
it's
was good.
gonna pop in my head when I'm driving
Yeah,
home.
it was
Like,
a good
oh
night though. You
damn
had
it.
your nice little dance after
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Please don't remind me.
That was funny. Just
Uh,
in the moment, dude.
yeah. I can't dance at all. I can't. I don't know what came over me because it didn't look that bad. I was like, I look a little coordinated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what's up, dude. That dude, it was cool that Eddie Bravo shared it.
yeah, yeah. I don't. I'm trying to think about that because last time I thought about it, I didn't stop smiling for like 6 hours.
That's good.
Like seriously, no, I was thinking I might have to go to the ER or something because
Yeah.
my jaw started hurting, and I'm like, damn it, I had to hold my face down to get the smile off. But he's one of my favorite jujitsu practitioners of all time.
Oh, he's revolutionary, right? I mean,
Yeah,
he changed the game.
because he has that same mentality. Like, you know, why is this not a move? Because you say it's not a move, and
Yeah,
every move was once not a move. Somebody thought a triangle was bizarre at some point.
that's true.
Now it's like a staple in jujitsu.
Yeah, dude. It all starts if you can imagine it, then it can become real.
Amen. That's
That's
the rule.
that's so
If
true.
if you can think of it and it's not too outlandish, like you have to have wings or horns to pull it off, you can pull it off.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. None of this is rocket science, and I like to invent.
Yeah.
I want to do things Lucas's way,
Are you into conspiracy theories like Bravo is?
dude. Don't get me started.
Well, I'm getting you started.
Yeah, I am always thinking that there's something going on behind the scenes. I
Yeah.
think that this is like,
Do you
I
believe
think,
in the Illuminati?
oh, absolutely, yeah,
Everybody,
but I don't think it's the way that people think it is.
like the Rothschilds?
Oh, absolutely. I don't believe in coincidences. Let me put it that way. And they've been rich for way too long.
Bro, you know the Federal Reserve is a private entity. It's not even ran by the feds.
Now you just gave me something to Google.
You didn't know that? You know
No,
the Federal Reserve is a private like corporation?
no, I'm really novice on my conspiracy theories, but
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just facts. It's
oh
like
shit,
the
yeah,
Federal Reserve, which issues like all of the money for the United States and all that shit, right?
yeah,
The federal bank, like that is, it's called federal, but it's not ran by the Fed. It's privately owned. So somebody has that someone's controlling the money.
yeah, but who?
I don't know,
And
dude.
they want to keep it a secret too.
I don't fucking know, man. I'm just trying to get my piece of it.
Yeah, me
Bro,
too.
I'm just trying to get as much of that. Print as much money as you want. Just give me some.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get the numbers of my bank account to go up.
yeah, but damn,
Yeah.
my mind's racing right now
What's
because
your
I'm like,
favorite conspiracy theory?
let me think. I mean, I really believe that the world as we know it is a simulation of some sort.
You think we're in like a fuck? You think this is a simulation?
Yeah,
We're all
and
in a
not like the
program.
Matrix or anything, but I think it's a meaningful simulation. I think that it. Oh my God, I sound crazy.
No, dude, we're all fucking crazy. Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah,
This is why. This is why. Look, I'm always sitting here talking about crazy shit, bro. Rick can
yeah,
tell you.
yeah, and I'm talking to another fighter, and nothing's crazier than signing up to get punched in the face for a little bit of money. So
No, dude. Yeah, but dude, some of those conspiracy theories are just what, like, did we go to the moon? Did we?
bullshit.
When I think about it, I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe they did. I do believe that some shit was probably done on a backlot studio somewhere and just filmed and put out there to make people like feel, but like, so we say we won. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that probably did happen. I believe that. Now, I don't know if that discredits the fact that we did or did not go to the moon. Maybe they did that and we still went to the moon,
yeah,
right? But we just needed that footage to be like, look, motherfuckers, we won.
yeah,
And so they did that shit. I don't know.
yeah,
Or maybe it's all crock shit and we didn't go and we have no way to Who? I can't prove it.
Yeah, exactly.
Who can prove it?
That's I'm saying. Like, if we did it once, we should be able to do it
We haven't
again.
done it in a long time.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why don't they send somebody up there and go live and say, "Hey, I'm up here. Look," and flash a few lights so we can all look up there with a telescope and
Well,
see
I
it.
think it's interesting that our cell phone has more computing power than all those computers they had back then.
Yeah,
And they did it then
yeah,
with
true.
that whack ass computer. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know. Oh, man. My favorite one is probably makes people unhappy, but I love the 9/11 ones.
yeah,
That's probably my favorite
yeah.
conspiracy.
Me too. I like those, but you know, those are kind. It's kind of sad for me to listen to the
Dude, it's
stories and all that.
terrible shit, man. That was
Yeah,
horrific.
that hits me
Yeah. Well,
right now.
the thing is, like, that word conspiracy is like a dirty word, right? When you start
Yeah,
saying conspiracy, it just means like it's like this negative thing, but
yeah,
it's a real thing. People get together, conspire to do shit. It's true. They catch people on conspiracy charges all the time whenever they
yeah,
can't prove they're doing anything. They want to get like a drug kingpin in prison. They're gonna catch them up on like taxes or conspiracy or some shit.
yeah.
Like, look, we can't prove shit, but we know you're doing it, so conspiracy.
So when you think of the word conspiracy, like, what are you thinking of it as?
I mean, oftentimes, like, my mind, whenever I hear conspiracy, like, it's usually thinking of, like, some people trying to do some shady shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the almost to the grander scale, it's always like who's pulling the strings behind the scenes, making some
Exactly.
shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like who's sitting in the dark room.
Yeah. And it's like when I hear conspiracies, I think of something that I'm gonna try to let me see how I want to articulate this. Something we have reason to believe could be manipulated, or something worth challenging.
Like it could be true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's a lie or you know or anything. I'm just saying, hey, there's some shit you left out that needs to be proven. Otherwise,
Yeah. Well, everything you're saying is just not adding up.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But and then because if I go A B, I'm hoping to get to C. But if I go A B, damn it, I'm already at T. Hey, explain it.
Yeah. Listen, I feel like anything's possible. It's just like, is it probable? Is
Yeah.
the question. How probable is it? It's possible. I feel like anything's fucking possible.
So how probable is it that
Yeah.
there were so many cameras at the Pentagon, but none? I want to see the damn plane going in there.
And apparently it was only the size of like a VW Volkswagen or something. It wasn't that big of a hole.
Oh, that's what we're going with.
What?
That's what they were going. That's the answer. I never heard that one.
Yeah, from my understanding, a plane. You talking about the plane that hit the Pentagon?
Yeah, wait a minute. Are you saying that the plane was the size of a?
No, that's what I'm saying. The hole that was left in the Pentagon
Oh,
was like super small.
yeah. I'm thinking you're saying their excuse was they.
No,
Oh,
no, I'm just saying like that. That's also something that doesn't add. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Shit doesn't add up to me.
yeah. I'm like shit, and don't get me started on this Epstein thing.
Oh, yeah. Here's the fucked up part about that, though. We all know. Everybody knows
Yeah,
what's gonna happen, though.
nothing.
Isn't that a shame?
That's the slap in the face.
That's the shame, man. That's the fucking shame. So many people are aware of something, yet nothing can be done, essentially.
Yeah,
You hope something gets done.
because I don't have the answers. I know
I
that.
don't either.
I was just about to ask him, like, do you have any idea what they should do? I don't know.
Dude, I don't fucking know. I'm just trying to have some fun conversations.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh shit. Well, right on, Lucas, dude. This has been fun, dude. We're at an hour, homie.
Really?
Shit, that's
Holy
it.
shit.
That's it, dude.
There's like a time capsule.
I know, man. It just flies the fuck by. This has been fun, dude. Tell the folks how they can check you out because you need to grow the social so that way you can get to the bigger shows. It's like a prerequisite, bro.
The problem with that is I'm very antisocial.
Yeah, well, we just got to get you more social on the antisocial shit of social media.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of social media. You can be totally antisocial and still do social media.
Whenever I get money, I'm definitely hiring somebody to handle that.
Listen, look, you can hire me, I'll do it for you, don't worry. But
Hey, you
until
got the
then.
job.
All right, homie, where can people check you out, dude? What's your handle?
Cassius Clay _ MMA, and that's on Instagram and Twitter. And Lucas Clay It's hard to miss me on Facebook. That's why I'm most active on Facebook.
I'll put some show notes in there. And then, you have any sponsors or anything you want to shout out,
Yes,
dude?
Abco Plumbing, love them, best sponsor, and yeah, it's St. Charles MMA. That's my biggest sponsor. But yeah, T. Vahi. This is what I'm talking about. I'm awkward and
Listen, dude, I don't know what to do with my hands, so it's
yeah,
okay. All right, homie. Look, dude, this has been fun.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
dude,
Yes.
bring it in.
Right on.
All right, everybody. Till next time.